previously competed in. It was a really meaningful experience to them, I think, in terms of developing their project and getting a better sense of how they could integrate their work into like a real world solution and kind of bring it to like a market and really like make something of it. So I think we were really interested in that and kind of learning on the entrepreneurial angle about it, because we have a lot of experience in the lab and doing science, but really taking that the next step and like looking at it from a business angle was something we were excited to do. And I think the opportunity to get that kind of feedback and support from the Wege mentorships and the judges was really exciting to us.
Yeah, I think a lot of the feedback we received was related to kind of feasibility, just some of the logistics behind how our product could be implemented. For example, I think the feedback we got was just whether our boxes could be stacked for shipment, and that kind of made us think about other questions that would relate to our product and help push it forward. And we know that we have more testing to do and more prototyping, but with the feedback the judges gave, it really opened up our eyes to other perspectives and other questions we need to ask ourselves.
We're all in the undergraduate studies, so typically when we think about mentorship, we think about getting advice from professors or other industry professionals, but personally from my experience, I learned a lot from my colleagues, from my peers, so there's a lot of things that we could learn from each other, not just on a scientific level, but on a personal level as well, in terms of work ethic or being passionate about a certain area. So I think that's one of the areas that I learned from my colleagues.
If I could add on that, we are a very science-oriented team. We joined together to do a genetic engineering project, and within that genetic engineering project, because of course, if you can't bring science to the public, your science has no value. So we had to learn principles of business, sustainability, how to do startups, and it was a big learning curve for us. And especially when none of us had business backgrounds, we weren't very familiar with certain aspects of what sustainability means, how we integrate it into our designs. And so we've learned a lot in this competition, and coming from a background primarily of sciences, it allows me to give a unique perspective towards business or sustainability. And I think that's something that is valuable, especially when solving problems as big as this.
I think just getting a sense of what everyone else is working on is really exciting. I haven't even considered some of the problems that people were discussing today, so really getting to sit back and enjoy other people sharing their ideas and innovation and what they've learned from the community and from science is really exciting, and seeing how everyone's approaching that a little bit differently. I think that was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I think just the premise of the competition being kind of pushing towards a sustainable future, it's really exciting to see the ideas that people come up with and how creative they can be with it. And they're coming from all different parts of the world, as we see today, so it's really an opportunity to connect with people that you may never come across without an opportunity like this in your life. So I think this is kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime experience to get to connect with these kinds of people.
Summed it up with the opportunity to come together with really unique, people with really unique expertise and background and ideas, and getting to be, in a room where all of that's coming together. I think that's a really special opportunity to have. I think a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and this is a really great way to do that and to explore your passions and your interests and kind of see where you can take your solution and what kind of problems you can really solve. So I think that's really exciting.
Truly, the worst that can happen is you learn.
I think the concept of the circular economy was a little bit foreign to us going in. We did like when we created our project, we wanted sustainability to be at the center, but learning about how the circular economy kind of worked and how it promoted sustainability, we felt that our project fit into that nicely. It challenged us to explore how can we push this concept further in our idea. So I think we learned a lot from learning about how we can repurpose these waste materials into better and existing systems to create new things for people to use. So it was a new concept to us at first, but I think we were able to adapt and learn a lot from it, especially from the judges' feedback.
Our generation grew up with the constant knowledge that climate change is something that we need to be worried about. We were taught since we were kids, and we've been seeing it in the world around us. We're seeing the climate change around us. And science has progressed to the point where we know what we need to do, we just need to implement it. And so this generation is becoming engineers, scientists, businessmen who all want to make great change. And so I have no doubt that our generation will make sure that the next generation won't have to worry about the issues that we're facing.
I mean, I think, again, like today is a good example of that people do care, and it's not just a problem that we're letting happen. I think people are really passionate about making an effort to solve it and really putting their creativity and skills to use. And people are passionate about, like, providing solutions and searching for solutions. So I don't think it should be, a thing we accept like passively in a despairing way. I think there is a lot of hope, just the fact that, we have a room full of people who are excited to learn about these like circular economy ideas and to come together today to talk about that. And we have foundations like Wege that are supporting these ideas, which we're all really grateful for that opportunity. So I think that alone shows that there is a lot of hope. There's a lot of interest in solving these problems in the future.